Greetings and welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man proudly presents Say What. You know, we're in the building tonight. And you know, a party ain't a party, as always, if we don't have a sponsorship. So, you know, tonight's show is always sponsored by Nickel Wise. Nickel Wise for your scary. And Halloween's coming soon, too. So definitely support that Nickel Wise. And also, we have Brother Cousins, the Space Pimp, in the building, who will actually be attending here a little bit later on. But anyway, so glad to have everybody and have with us tonight. As we got a lot to really go over, some comparisons. Some things happened this week. A little, some things happen, but not too much. But we'll dive into it. Let's go. And welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man proudly presents Say What. So glad to have everybody out there with us tonight. It is a special night. You know why it's a special night? Because I finally, after almost an entire year of asking, I get my 10%. So I'm proud of that moment. Like straight up, I finally get my money. Like the man's been working hard. I finally get my money from KG, and I have him on the show tonight. I can't wait to get that. Yeah, Cash App. You can Cash App me too, bro. I don't have to wait until the check comes. You can slide it up. Anyway, but thank you guys for basically being here tonight. And I can't do this without the amazing panel that I have with us. But before we do that, I do want to stress that we are still. Like I said, we started this over the weekend. I made the announcement that we are actually doing what we call the Halloween Initiative. The Halloween Initiative is basically geared towards kids, underprivileged kids who can't really afford to get costumes for Halloween. So we have actually partnered with a women's shelter within the area. So basically what's going to happen is all proceeds, super chats that we actually get in are going to go towards those costumes. So definitely if you are or you want to basically support, again, just keep in mind, I want to let you know what it is actually called. Excuse me. It is basically called the Halloween Initiative. As you can actually see, you'll probably see here in a minute, was up for a second.
There it is.
And then it went down. Here we go. It's the Halloween Initiative from the 1-6 Scale Man YouTube channel, definitely geared towards kids, underprivileged kids. So listen, you don't even have to donate a big amount. If it's like $1.99, if it's $2, $3, $4, however you want to donate, don't worry, your name will still be mentioned. This goes towards helping kids get costumes and to pretty much celebrate Halloween. We always actually give Thanksgiving, some treatment. We give Halloween some special treatment. I wanted to get, not Halloween, but Christmas some special treatment. But I wanted to give Halloween, some goods and make sure that we get some kids out there to basically celebrate. Halloween's a special time, especially for kids to be able to dress up, expand on the imagination, get some candy, bug the parents, get scared, bags getting snatched. No, I'm just playing. Never do that. Let the kids have their candy. Don't do that. Don't do that stuff. And some people on here laughing because they know they've done it, including Cam. But definitely make sure that we are supporting the kids. Again, this is the Halloween Initiative, something that, is near and dear to my heart. I want to make sure that the kids are supported and, definitely anyone who's less fortunate, can celebrate as well. So thank you for that. Anyway, I can't do it tonight without an amazing panel that I actually have here with me, man. And I'm going to basically bring them on. These guys are my brothers. One of these cats here is creative. He actually created a new logo for me. I said, Nick, I need a logo, bro. I said, Nick, I need a logo, bro. Nick was like, hey, man, all right, cool, I got you, but just give me some idea. I said, Nick, I'm leaving this to you, man. You do your thing and I'll run with it. Nick was like, okay, let me see. Hopefully I can come up with something. Next morning, Nick hit me up, was like, yo, how's this? I don't know if you like it or not. I saw the silhouette of Jen Erso. I was like, Nick, you know me, man. That's what I'm talking about. First go, he got it right. Nick, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. It feels good to be here with a bunch of you guys. Yeah, and I'm glad you like the logo.
I love the logo, man. I love the logo, man. It was incredible, man. Thank you for supplying it, and so good to have you on the show. So you're here basically also to help me contain KG because we got some ladies watching. You know, KG kind of, you know, I mean, when you got the ladies watching and KG's on there, you know, it's that type.
You gotta watch his back.
You know what I mean? We gotta kind of keep it. You know what I mean? That's how it be. So we gotta.
Oh man.
You sort of looking like Doc Ock with them shades on just now, bro. You did kind of
Doc Ock.
you did. But you know, Nick, thank you for basically being here, man, as always. And hold up, wait a minute. Before I move over to Cam, stop the press. Did we just basically get a $99 super chat by Carlos?
Yeah. We did.
Wait a minute. We got it now. Look, Carlos had come through, and we already know that basically he's always up to his shenanigans. But again, it's always for a good cause. And this guy came through with a $99 super chat to support the Halloween initiative. My man, Carlos, thank you so much for that, bro. We do appreciate it. Definitely your name will go on a card for a kid. What we're going to do is take all the proceeds, purchase all the costumes, and on each costume bag, we're going to put the name of the person who purchased it for the kids. And Carlos, we're going to get that Iron Man costume on you for a kid, man. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Remember, all proceeds goes towards the Halloween initiative, man. Carlos, my guy, my bro, thank you very much for that, man. Thank you so much. That means so much to me, having this going on, and it's just working for the kids. Cam, I know you taking your kids Halloween trick-or-treating this year, man. I know you can't wait for that. How you doing, brother?
Halloween's canceled for my kids this year. Hell no. No. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be great this year, man. We were actually thinking about taking a trip up to Salem.
Okay.
Because oh god, I'm dying. So my last name's Proctor, right?
Yes.
And one of the gentlemen who was actually tried in the Salem witch trials name was John Proctor. So we're going up there to just freak my kids out to be like, hey, that's your great granddaddy. Great granddaddy right
Hey,
there.
but what if it's true though? What if it's true?
Well, my dad's been trying to look that up, man. So like I don't know, but like we'll see. You know, it go way back, you know. So.
Okay, you gonna take them kids up there and try to scare them, right? And
I was gonna go take a picture in front of the Hocus Pocus house and then get out, but
get out.
It's gonna turn into a whole thing.
You're gonna do that, right? And you're gonna bring them kids home. You and your wife gonna go to bed, and that door is gonna open at night. And it's gonna be a nice little ghostly figure with your granddad, like, where's my green milk, brother?
That's exactly what he's gonna say. I'm pretty
Straight
sure.
up. Where's my green milk?
If he knows
brother?
what green milk is, I'm gonna be like, what green milk are you referring to? I'll be like, what were y'all drinking back in the day?
Straight up.
Yeah, man. But thank you for having me, bro.
Always, man. So glad to have you here, bro. So glad to have everybody here tonight, especially this guy, because KG, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the show once again, man. And I just got one question for you, my guy. Where's my money?
What?
Where's my money?
Oh, you said you already got it.
No, I said tonight you're gonna get. I didn't get nothing. There's no cash apps on my phone. Nothing happened, bro. There's no transaction. Where's my? You know, we'll discuss that off the show. Because I just don't feel like this. I want to put your personal business out there, your credentials, and how much you really make in Halloween. I mean, in Hollywood. I don't.
Halloween, yeah, I'm making out on Halloween. That's
So what's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
No, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on. Especially having Nick on for the first time is gonna be amazing to have him on as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
man. I'm just you know, being annoyed by you with the 10%. That's pretty much it. You know, but no, I mean, I can't wait to discuss this Batman figure.
Yeah, that's it's been the talk of the town, but you know, when we got Wild Card Willie on here, it's always a discussion. And then I didn't actually hear from, you know, Costa either, so I want to know what he basically thinks about it. So I mean, that's
and let me just say, Will, that was a really nice picture, by the way, with you and those.
Oh, dude, you left a really nice comment.
Will
and then Carlos was like, "Stop."
bro. Will pimpification, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Right.
Appreciate it. That's my work attire.
And you know what? It was funny though, because Will was sitting there smiling, right? But the chick next to him was like. I was like, yo, Will
in the picture.
Will. You see Will?
She's married, bro. She's married.
She's like,
But I mean,
That don't
dude, co-workers, bro,
Work
you know,
wife. That's
I
a
don't
work
mess with
wife.
that.
That's
Okay.
what you know what I mean.
Work wife,
Will
I know
Will
it
was
is.
sitting there, and you know what? Will was the only dude around all the
Yeah,
ladies, and
because
I'm like, you know what? That's just who he is.
I work
bro.
in education, bro. It's mostly women.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And
That's
you
why.
made sure that you fit
That's
nicely in the
mighty
education where all the
Dude,
women are.
That's true. That's true.
One of the reasons.
But I have no comment. I plead the fifth.
Okay, good. You just as long as you know that, you're gonna be
Exactly.
all
See,
right.
Cam gets it, bro.
You're gonna be
Cam
all
gets
right.
it.
You're gonna be
No,
all right.
dude, it was just like I thought it was a cool work photo, but y'all, everyone was commenting like Will pimpification and all that type of shit, and I was like, what the fuck? So I thought it was like some wholesome work photo, and it
You
turned
should
into
know when you put that up that's what was going to happen.
yeah, I
bro.
should have known.
And you know that
Yeah.
KG was going to bring it up. Somebody was going to bring it up.
KG
on
brought the
channel.
drip in there,
And he
yeah.
brought.
I respect it. And then Carlos was
Thanks,
like, stop it. Stop.
Yeah, Carlos was like, stop. Carlos couldn't let me have at least one, but yeah,
Carlos, always Carlos. My man Costa, man, what's going on with you? Philly native, bro. What's going on with you, brother? How you doing, man?
I am doing amazing, and thank you for having me on. This was a beautiful surprise from the other live stream the other day, where
I bullied you.
just were like, "You're coming on. You're
I bullied
coming
you.
on."
Yeah.
Yeah. You
That's
didn't
how
have
it
to.
happened.
I would've come
That's
on.
how it happens. I bully you. Everybody gets bullied. I didn't even tell KG's ass that he was coming on. I just sent him the link, or I put him on.
Yep.
Yeah, I ain't telling nothing. I'm just putting him on. The only person that I asked really was Nick. That's the only person
Yeah.
I asked was Nick. I didn't ask nobody else. That's
Yeah,
it.
you did.
You know what I mean? I was like, Nick, would you like to be on? He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. But I'm not asking KG because he's part of him being on is what we wrote in the contract for 10%.
And he owes
But
you.
anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. But anyway, man, how you doing,
gotta
bro?
get that.
Exactly.
I'm doing really well. The donation thing, if you do it through the super chat, is Google getting a piece of that? Because
You know what?
if they are, I want to talk to you afterwards because I'm gonna match Carlos, but I want to do it where you get the full amount.
Oh man, you know what? He said he wants to
Dude,
match
yeah,
Carlos.
Carlos, take that one.
Now you know
Listen,
when you say that.
my wife.
Yeah.
Well, my wife and I, we do a lot of charitable things. We have in our neighborhood in the Fishtown area here in Philly, we have community fridges for people who, they don't have enough to eat. And my wife takes care of the one that's right up the street from ours. We donate all the time. And Halloween in this neighborhood, people bust kids in to come to our neighborhood because we do Halloween like up. So anything to help out kids with Halloween. We love Halloween. I'm jealous that Cam's going to Salem. That's one of
Fingers crossed.
something that we want to do. Yeah. You'll survive. You'll make it back alive. I promise.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Cam's is gonna find his grandpa and probably be haunted for the rest of his life, but at least he gets some money.
I'll be sleeping. I'll wake up in the middle of the night like pop. Pop, is that you?
Pop gonna be like, hey yo, boy, I did ask you for my blue milk. Where my blue milk at, boy? You know what I mean? So anyway, Casa, man, so glad to have you here, man. I do appreciate that. And last but not least, at least for now, we got Will Will Pimpification, bro. How are you doing,
I go by
man?
many names, clearly. So.
Yeah.
Feedification, sexification, pimpification, bro, all the fications.
You know what? And I was going to send you a picture. Actually, I took it because on Sunday, Toya and her family went out to Olive Garden for her aunt's birthday.
Dude.
And she brought back breadsticks, bro. And I bit one and took a picture of it, but I forgot to send it to you. But I still got it.
As long as you still have it. Because I saw him on the picture I posted that you mentioned, Rob Meyer Burnett. He's like, did you take them all to Olive Garden? He commented on there. I was like you even have to ask. Come on now.
You daggone need. I'm telling you, they need to give you some type of promo, bro, or something like
that.
Sponsorship. That and Michael's, definitely. That and Michael's, man. So we definitely need to do that, man. But as always, Will, so good that have you here, bro.
Thanks, man.
To have you in a familiar space, might I say?
Yeah, bro.
So,
Thanks to having me, man. Back in
Yeah.
Maryland, so the collection room is still a work in progress, but you know it's coming together. So,
so
it's,
does it feel different, bro?
Yeah, definitely, because all my figures are on the floor, so that's why.
So everything is just completely different now.
Yeah,
You got to
because
organize.
like I had those. I don't know if you guys saw in the previous live. I had like those big ass cabinets, like
Yeah.
but they're too heavy for the floors now. So basically, they had to put those in the garage. So I'm thinking about doing some Maja cases. So
Okay.
Carla's been talking to me, but I got to wait like a year to get them. So in the meantime, my figures are on their stands under the tables because I got nowhere else to put them. So
Yeah,
you know, right
yeah.
now that's kind of what's going on. But I mean, that whole thing is a work in progress right now. So there's going to be some shuffling around here back in Maryland. So
Yeah, well, you're back in familiar territory, so
Yeah,
you
man.
know it. That's the good thing. But you just get to organize a different way,
yeah.
do things the way you want it. So that's dope. That's dope.
And the DMV sucks, bro. The DMV sucks ass. Like, I mean,
For sure.
terrible. Like, I paid $1,600 to change my title and shit over to Delaware. And I called them and I was like, hey, I did it like 2 weeks ago. And they were like, yeah, we ain't giving no refunds to anybody. And I was like, oh, great. So now I got to pay for it to get it back to Maryland. So,
How much they gonna charge you for that?
yeah, I don't know, bro. Probably the same. I don't know.
Dang.
So, yeah,
Get your
moving
title
sucks.
check.
That's all I'm going to say. Don't move states.
Ain't that
That's-
some bullshit? Anyway, so good to have you here, and so good to have all of you guys out there with us. Everybody out in the chat. We got 123 people watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and also subscribe to everybody you actually see on here, except KG. But so glad to actually have everybody here. Let me go through the chat real quick. We got Brandon Salad, 6 Scale Reviews is in the building. My man Cheating Ass Dan. We got Mike Fiala, Tobar. My man Keith is in the building. Commander Green, Ace Green is in the building. AJ Agrusa, we got Feezy Figures in the building. Malika Mabane, Collector Joey's here. We got Blitz 0065 in the building. We got who else? Pop Culture Living Room. My man Costa's out there with him. Let's see who else we got. Nick's Collectibles is out there as well. We got Feezy Figures. Carlos is in the building. Carlos, my man Carlos. He owes me some dinner at that crib with the. You keep on playing with me. Anyway, we got Calvin Williams in the building. My man Calvin is here. We got Cam out there with him. Who else we got? We got 12-inch Moose Dream in the building. That name
Nice.
It's a
that's
great
dope
name.
name. 12-inch Moose Dream,
I
bro.
don't
Straight
wanna
up.
know- I don't want
Jonathan
to know the
King.
context. I don't think.
I know. Riz Talentino, the very talented Riz Talentino, who did a very incredible piece with that Jen Urso, man. I'm so hyped
Yeah, it was
about that.
incredible.
Yeah, it was.
Hell yeah, it is, man. We got Mike Fiala, Blitz 00. Who else we got out there? Philip the Fool is in the building. Dockinator. His name is no longer the Dockinator. It's the Booty King. That's his name. Dockinator's
Booty
new
King.
name is the Booty King. And he knows why. Booty King Dockinator. We got Josh McCoy in the building. Who else we got? We got Uber Dog 1 is in the building. Del A is in the building. Who else do we have out there? Tully. Christian Detour Collections is in the building. Thank you so much for that. Two Ferns. We got Blurred Dad Life in the building. Who else do we got? Quite a few, man. There's quite a few kind of skeeting through here a little bit. I said skeet too. Why did I say that? Why did I say that? I don't know why. Anyway, we got let's see here. Who else? Quite a few. We got More Worshipers in the building. Louis Labitz. DT Artman is in the building. We got Josh McCoy. We got Blue Tattoo in the building. Man, what is in the building? Let's see. We got K Carter 215 in the building. Let's see here. I know K Carter gonna say some funny shit tonight. Patrick C is in the building. We got Renee Gomez in the building. We got Jonah Tenelama in the building. Patrick C. Trevor Weed is in the building. So we got quite a few people out there, man. So listen, I know what y'all all came to see. I know what y'all all want to talk about, and I know what this been buzzing on the minds of everybody out there. Also, we got Luminar. We got the matriarch Luminar. Lizzie Venus is in the building. We got AB is in the building. So definitely. So yeah, and we got Jay Bremy in the building. Detroit is, what do you say? Detroit in the house. There you go. All day. So yes, I know what y'all came to see, and I know what y'all want to talk about. This is basically, again, this discussion today. It says you can have this or that, this or that. So when we talk about that, we're talking about Hot Toys version of the Batman or the InArt version? So that's going to be the topic of discussion tonight. Consider the simple fact that we got some. Actually, no, we didn't even get it released this week so far. We probably won't get anything until tomorrow, possibly. I don't know. I guess that they were just riding on the simple fact that there were so many big announcements. They just said they could just kind of slide on the radar and not give a shit. Come on, man. Y'all got to get off of that. But anyway, yeah, so there's a lot going on, man. And this particular figure has been up. And I want to start with you, Will, because the thing is, I've heard from pretty much everybody else, you know, in regards to this. But not you so much. And this is basically, of course, the InArt Batman, the Batman figure, the Pattinson version. What are your thoughts on this piece? And when you saw the reveal, did it live up to any expectations? Do you think, like, what is your opinion on this figure? Not only just the figure itself, we're talking about the 2-pack, like the all-in price and the price of the figure in general. What's your thoughts on it, bro?
Yeah, dude, I'm actually pretty happy with it. It was never going to be a figure I think that I was going to pick up personally, because I like the Batman. I don't love the Batman. Like I think I scored it like an 8. Like I enjoyed it. Like I thought it was good, but there were some, you know, I thought it was a little overly long. It wasn't my favorite film of the year by any stretch. So it would not be a figure that I feel like I need to spend $500 to $1,000 on. But for a lot of people, this is a really sought after figure. I mean, this is like, the Batman was beloved by a lot of people. So, I mean, it's a really well received film overall. And Robert Pattinson was great, no doubt about it. I mean, I think I said even at the time, he's probably my favorite Batman. Like I really liked him as Batman. I think this figure looks really great layout. There's so much to get into with InArt, because I feel like I've had a lot of conversations with people about this, because I feel like InArt is starting to do things and change the market in ways that I think I was skeptical about. Like I think originally when they were coming into it, I was like, dude, people aren't paying $500 for one figure. And then now all of us are like, I'm fucking getting this. Like, right? Like all these figures that are dropping, like even now I'm considering getting the Gandalf, for example, right? Like, and they haven't even released a final product for any of these figures yet. They've shown the Joker, but that doesn't really mean anything until we get it in hand, right?
Yeah, it's true.
This Batman looks really, really good. The head sculpt to me for Bruce Wayne is not perfect. Like it's not, I don't know if it's good enough where I would be happy if I paid $380 for it, right? Or if I paid for the all-in set of $1,000, I don't know if I would be thrilled with that, because I feel like it's good and you know who it is. But I don't know if this is bold. Besides the rooted hair, I actually like the Hot Toys head sculpt better. I think the Hot Toys head sculpt is a little bit more accurate in my opinion. I know some people disagree with me on that one, but I think this Bruce Wayne head sculpt is like good. It's definitely not bad, but it's not to the point where I'd be like, oh man, I'm thrilled. This is high end, you know? I don't look at it that way. But the bat suit, I think it looks better than the Hot Toys. I think the fit looks a little bit better. I think the detail looks a little bit better. And I think what we're starting to see, at least for these protos, is I think we all were like coming into it like, how much really better can you be than Hot Toys? Turns out you can be, because a lot of these figures, like, I mean, like I thought the Pennywise figure from Hot Toys was great, right? The InArt puts it to shame. The proto, at least. The proto InArt makes the Hot Toys look like a toy. It's, you know, and I guess I didn't predict that was going to happen, but InArt has really come, you know, with the heavy hitters here. They're showing what they can do. So as long as the finals coming out looking this good, I think people are going to be happy. And I think this is going to greatly change the 1/6 market. I didn't expect this to happen. I didn't think we'd be willing to pay these prices, but I guess we go where the quality goes is what I've learned from this. So if InArt is dropping figures and, you know, and they're $400 or $500 a piece, but they're this good, then I think we're going to, I think we're going to start paying it. To me, InArt figures are the type of figures that you only get if you love the character. It's not a figure you should get just for any character, because it's too expensive. And if you start completing lines, 2 figures, you're at $1,000 for most of them. So, I mean, it's like, they got to be, I want to see the magnets in the feet too, and in the base. That's something I want to see. I saw they did a pose where the magnets held pretty well, it looked like, but we don't know how that's going to work. We don't know how the movable eyes are going to work. Supposedly you have to like move them with your finger, and like I'm a little worried about messing up the paint. So there's a lot of things we're going to have to see, with a final product. But for now, I'll just say this Batman looks really good. Head sculpt isn't perfect, but I think it's close enough. But I think the Hot Toys is probably going to be good enough for most people in this case, because the 515 for the Hot Toys, you're getting like the figure, the bat signal, and like some other stuff. Where with this 515, you're getting a lot less. So I don't know. It's a great figure though, no doubt about it. And I do think InArt is really, they're at least getting my attention. Like InArt is definitely doing things where I'm like, I'm starting to reevaluate the way I'm looking at 1/6 collecting. So that's what I think they were going for.
So it's more like, it seems they were really, really going more towards the realism of the figure itself. And with realism, we know in most cases, sometimes it can compromise the articulation of a figure itself. And we know that their main focus is the realism, is making sure that you are getting the best possible, the best looking figure to have in hand. Constantly, what did you think? Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to InArt first, and then we're gonna circle back around the Hot Toys, and then we're gonna do the comparison. So, Costa, what was your thoughts on the reveal of this Batman?
I thought it looked fantastic. I mean, it does look fantastic, the prototype. And when you scroll through the pictures, I do have the same reservations with, especially with the rooted hair on the Bruce Wayne head sculpt. It looks like too puffy. It looks like you're gonna have to really work it to get the same look from the movie. To me, it doesn't. The hair doesn't look right. But that right there, the body without the cape. No, go back. Yeah, the body without the cape. When I was scrolling through those pictures, I was like, that's Pattinson's body. That looks like to me, that looks like Pattinson, like it, with the broad shoulders, at least how he looked in the movie. He had the broad shoulders. He was skinny. The proportions, look great. The suit looks great. I think, like Will said, this is definitely InArt's definitely a type of figure that at least for me, you have to love the figure, to go after it, because you're gonna want as much realism as possible when it's something that like hits you in the heart. Like if they did a Keaton Batman, I'd be like, yeah, Keaton the Batman 2-pack, Michelle. They could do that whole line. InArt, it's just weird that like InArt's doing a lot of figures that have already been released or are releasing. So they're like, button heads, and we're in the battle of the prototypes with Hot Toys and InArt right now. There are so many other WB licenses that I wish
that they could get their hands on and just do.
Well, yeah, I made a little list here. These are ones that I would like to see. They have Beetlejuice, Blade Runner. 300 is a Warner Brothers title. Lost Boys, Wizard of Oz, Magic Mike. The list goes on. So
you're hitting it right on the nose. Like there's so many different things, different IPs within WB, and that you can get they really have king. And now unless there were stipulations to what they could actually put out, less that basically they said, well, you got to stick to these because these are the most popular, so you have to play within this particular realm, unless it was something like that.
I would argue that the original Matrix, like, could you imagine InArt doing like a Neo or a Morpheus? Those,
or a Trinity doing basically her as well.
Or Trinity. This figure, this Batman, I mean, I love the movie. I agree it was a little too long, but overall, I think they really hit it out of the park with this the new Batman movie. And I guess one of the things about our about collecting, especially Hot Toys of 1/6, I was excited when the movie came out. You see the preview, Hot Toys drops it, and then months and months go by, and then you lose that excitement, and then you get something like this, and the excitement comes back. But out of all of the SKUs for me, I would get the premium Batman. and that would probably be what I would go for. I don't see Bruce Wayne, doing to, people just picking up a Bruce Wayne.
Just like a regular Bruce Wayne, yeah.
He was Bruce Wayne for what, like 5 minutes in the movie? So yeah.
Yeah. I definitely I dig that. Because again, it is one of those situations where, Bruce Wayne by himself doesn't actually have that draw. And on top of that, I think that what's possibly, sort of, I'm not going to say hurting it, but where the focus isn't too much on it is because they did wait a bit too long, and we've already actually seen third-party renditions of this figure. You know what I mean? That are out there.
Yeah.
That I even know a lot of people have, even though it's not better than this one. People are mainly more so focused on the Batman aspect of it than the Bruce Wayne. And I've heard a lot of people say that.
The price on those third parties, that Bruce Wayne is good enough, especially for that price. You're gonna just put him in like the stoic pose right here, like in this picture. There's not really, like, I'm trying to think of any kind of action pose you'll put Bruce Wayne in, especially when he's wearing his like nice suit and jacket and stuff like that. But yeah, that bat suit, you got to get that right. Yeah. And it's gotta, look good. I think the proportions spot on. Like I said, looks like Rob, and and that the cowl looks great. The cape. I mean, I'm just worried. I'm also worried about the articulation, because they haven't shown much in the way of articulation. There was like one picture, he was like, in the video, he was like throwing the batarang, I think, or something, but like they barely focused on it, and they did quick cuts, and so I'm kind of worried that the articulation might be, it might not be there.
It might be compromised a bit for realism, man.
Yeah, some of us want to be able to, pose these, and that's why we don't do at least I don't do statues. I like to have like different poses every once in a while. So they got to make sure that that's, at least for me, that's there. So
now I feel you, man. Great synopsis there, man, because it does again, articulation for people like us really goes a long way, and to be able to create certain scenes is a lot. KG, my man KG, bro, what do you now, first off, because did you say that you're gonna ask, which version did you say you're gonna get?
The one I'm for sure getting is the Hot Toys one.
Okay.
Yeah. But this one in particular, I'm kind of eating my words here, and Nick knows what I'm talking about. I mean, we were talking about this a lot, and before before the actual photos and everything, the teaser that they showed, I wasn't that all impressed, but I thought the Hot Toys one was going to win. But now looking at these pictures, I'm like, yeah, I'm like in the same sort of situation with Will, because Will was the same thing when it came with the Pennywise figure. He's like, I'm not gonna get it. It's not gonna be that hard. Like, okay, now I'm gonna get it. So we're just eating up our own words here. This film and the film Nope by Jordan Peele are the two best films of this year for me. I mean, this film and Jordan Peele's film Nope, and I love this film so much. And maybe I might be biased to it, but I'm definitely getting this figure. This is definitely coming home. I'm not so like into the Bruce Wayne course of it. I'm not like, I don't see the need for the Bruce Wayne. Plus, and here's the thing: someone pointed this out really well yesterday, that actually it comes with the same accessories as the Batman. So you're basically getting a copy paste of accessories if you do get the 2-pack. So I mean, it's, I don't know. For me, I think for this figure, I think the best bet for anybody is picking up either the premium edition or the standard edition of the Batman, not the Bruce Wayne so much. But this is definitely something I'm for sure picking up. I mean, I have this vision when it comes to my display where I can display this with the head sculpt, with that amazing Rudy hair head sculpt, then have the Batman Hot Toys in a crazy pose with the bat signal or something like that. Because, I mean, and I think what would have made this 2-pack amazing is that either two two things, or maybe three things. One, they would have swapped the Bruce Wayne with the Riddler. Two, they could have swapped it out with a Zoe Kravitz.
Mhm.
I think that would have been the best. I think that would have driven us a lot to pick up the 2-pack. Or three, give us the Night Out Bruce Wayne sort of drifter look to it as well. They could have done that.
Mhm.
You know, that could have kind of persuaded us into picking up the 2-pack. But for now, I think the majority of the consensus is that they're going to pick up either the premium edition or the standard edition of the Batman. I'm not hearing a lot of 2-pack going full on for the 2-pack, and it's much cheaper than the Joker. The Joker was what, $1,200 ship.
Yeah.
So I think this is a pretty good deal in value as far as when you're going for the rooted hair version, which looks really good.
Yeah.
Wise. But yeah, I'm for sure picking up this in the Batman from Hot Toys and from that's definitely coming.
Definitely. Really quick before we get to you, Cam, we got a $20 super chat by my man Rene Gomez. He said, "I hate to be that dude, but when I was a kid, it was a mask with a rubber band for Halloween." Yeah, it was, bro. It was the mask with that rubber band strap, and if it broke, if somebody tugged on it or you tugged on it the wrong way and it broke, whichever side of you that rubber band hit, your ear was feeling it. Like literally, it was the worst.
Yep.
So we had those damn plastic masks with the rubber band, and you had like the plastic costume that swished every time you walk, and you tie it in the back. Don't move a certain way because you'll rip it. So yeah, it was nuts. It was definitely nuts, man. It was really, 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 really crazy. But yes, KG, to answer your question in the back, yes, we're going to talk about it because we sort of talked about it over the weekend, but I want to kind of get Will's consensus and everybody's consensus on as well. So we will be talking about that shortly. But yeah, thank you so much, Renee. That means a lot, man. That your contributions as well as Carlos and everybody's contributions is what makes it, really worthwhile. And the kids, definitely all the kids will appreciate it, man. So thank you very much for that. Cam, my man Cam. This isn't Star Wars, so we know that. This isn't a Star Wars figure.
Right.
So there's not something that you have to worry about. But this is the Batman. I don't know necessarily how you felt about the film and if this is even on your radar.
I love the film. I thought the film was amazing. I thought it was great. There were some parts in there that it was like Costa said, it was like, that shit really didn't need to be in there.
Yeah.
But before I talk about the Batman figure, is anybody going to address that Costa said he wants Magic Mike 6-scale figures?
I missed that part.
Like, did anybody get Magic Mike at the end? I'm like,
I heard 300.
Nobody heard
Magic Mike.
Oh no, I had
like,
a whole list. I
was like 300 Magic Mike. I was like, Channing Tatum.
I was like,
I was like,
I'm glad you mentioned it.
I slipped that in there for fun.
It's like your figures like this. Your figures just.
I was like, when I said it, I was like, nobody laughed. I was like,
nobody caught it.
Nobody got my joke.
No, I didn't catch it because
I was drinking the water and I was like, wait,
I didn't catch this.
I was like, is nobody going to address this? We're not going to address this.
I was gonna go on and be like, oh, and they could have done HBO TV shows, like Sopranos, The Wire, Sex in the City. We all want a Samantha figure, don't we?
Yeah,
Samantha.
Gotta have that. Rooted hair for sure. Wow.
I mean,
rooted hair.
If they make it,
Thank you, Cam. Thank you for being the one.
No problem, man. No problem.
Yo, I missed it because I was scrolling, but nah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so like everyone's kind of touched on this. I mean, this figure does look great. It actually is, I guess, a more accurate body frame of Robert Pattinson compared to the Hot Toys version.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Hot Toys version is honestly pretty solid. There's a lot of accessories in this that I couldn't even see myself using at the end of the day. There's a lot of stuff that I think would actually stay in the box opposed to coming out and being used, on a daily basis. And then also when you look at the Bruce Wayne version of the figure, it just doesn't hit on anything for me. It kind of just reminds me of like a default Sims character with a overcoat or like I don't know. I mean, I know it's Robert Pattinson. It doesn't look like a great Robert Pattinson, but it's just like the hair is just like this weird matte black shiny and it's kind of strange. You know what I'm saying? So It's a little
Yeah.
off-putting for me. I think the best thing out of this whole entire piece or set is actually the bat signal. And I think Focus actually talked about that last time in our group chat. Just the rust and the wear and tear on it, because like majority of the movie took place in the rain, right? So of course, you know, when metal sits out in the rain, it does have rust on it. When I looked at I don't think it really has much rust detail on it for the Hot Toys version. So for me, it was like, all right, you know, they kind of paid attention more to detail here.
Yeah.
You know, and this just stood out more than anything. But yeah, for me, it's not something I'm looking at even picking up. I'm knee deep in Marvel right now with all these drops and shit. So it's like, this is getting left to the wayside at the end of the day, but it looks good. And whoever is getting it, man, congratulations, guys. Way to go.
You are getting a piece. So I mean, the one thing that InArts, you know, what they do and they do well is attention to detail in every aspect. Attention to detail, whether it's the uniform, like the tailoring, you know, the head sculpt, attention to detail. And you see that, you know, they paid attention to it and did it quite well. But I'll revisit this once we get to the Hot Toys version, because there's certain things that I want to kind of point out and who may actually have a bit of the edge. But finally, my guy, Nick, what did you think about this, man? Is this something that you're going to pick up, bro?
I'm unsure, honestly. So I'm kind of in the same boat as Will as how I feel about the movie. Like, I saw the movie the first time and I kind of didn't like it. And then I saw it the second time. And then for some reason I ended up really liking it. So like, I like the movie, but I don't love the movie. Like, I love The Dark Knight. So I'm kind of biased to my DX19 I got. But seeing this, like, this is the first thing I saw when I woke up. I think it looks amazing. I think personally, like, looks wise, I think it looks a lot better than the Hot Toys, and especially the head sculpt. I think for me personally, I feel like the head sculpt's a lot better, especially with the rooted. I'm in the minority there, but I think you can't go wrong with either or, honestly. Like, both have great options. I think Hot Toys wins in accessories 100%. Like, you can't go wrong with that one. They have the ugly trash bag suit. They got the awesome diorama base and all that. But you know, with especially the Bruce Wayne, you just get a lot of paper accessories. It's a little strange, and you get some car keys. But you know, one of you, someone. I don't know if it was I don't know. One of you were talking about how are you gonna pose that Bruce Wayne? Like, you're just gonna have him standing there. And in my head, I was kind of like thinking, well, you could have him, like, you know, pose like going to pick up his keys, like he drops his keys or something. Could do that, but
they literally gave him some car keys.
Yeah,
I didn't even notice.
You didn't know that, right?
Didn't notice that.
Yeah, because dude, they're so tiny. I didn't notice it either until I read all the descriptions. But yeah, like, a part of me kind of wants to get it because it looks so good, but I'm not really in love with the movie, so I'm unsure right now.
Okay.
So, but I do have like a month to decide. So, unsure right now, but it does look very, very good.
So it does look like something that could, you know, you could possibly see down the road. You know,
possibly, especially that Bruce Wayne, so I could pose him picking up his keys.
Got you. Now this guy, we got this guy, Used B in the building. What's going on with you, brother?
Suddy. How's it going?
How you doing, man?
Good.
Were you trying to match Cam just for a second? Were you trying to come in and match Cam's?
I could never do that.
Sounds pretty low though. So
good job. Doing a good job. Anybody could do that. We're talking about this figure, man. First of all, how you doing this evening, bro?
Good, man. Good. Just saw my son's first soccer practice, so he's amped about that. So doing good.
Nice.
Fatherly
nice,
stuff,
man.
Word.
Yeah.
You got to do the fatherly stuff first, man. But coming into this, man, because like I said, we're talking about right now the InArt Batman, the Batman figure.
Yeah.
How did you basically, like, what was your interpretation of this release? How did you feel about it, man?
So I know we kind of talked about the other day, but I think that this is a good release. It's marginally better than Hot Toys in general. I think the tailoring of the clothes is a little bit tighter. I don't think they're using a fat suit like Hot Toys does, so it looks a bit more in proportion with Robert Pattinson.
Good call out. Yeah.
Yeah. the sculpt itself, it's definitely a little bit better than Hot Toys. You know, for the the one without the cowl. I definitely think it's a little bit better. You know, again, marginally so. The one with the one in the suit or whatever with the cowl on, I think it does look significantly better than Hot Toys. Just the jawline, however they did that, I think they knocked it out of the park. Accessories wise, it bothers me that they gatekeep the computer behind the rooted. But other than that, I mean, I guess it comes with enough stuff. It has way too many notes from the Riddler, but other than that, I think it comes with everything that you need. The cape's a little bit short. I know that's something that we talked about on CW yesterday. Yeah, the cape's a little bit short. It should go down to about his ankles and kind of be tapered in the middle. So I'm hoping that they fix that. But this is one of those things where the Hot Toys was so good that InArt had to do. It's like collecting comics. They had to Hot Toys was the 9.8 and they had to come in at 9.9. And I think they did it. I think it's a 9 point. It's marginally better. Price wise, I don't know. I guess that's up for debate how much you love the film, but for the Batman figure, for Bruce Wayne, I don't need a $500 rooted Bruce Wayne in my collection. I think that sculpt looks a little bit not softer, but just not as good as the one with the cowl. I don't know if they're the same, and just one has blacked out eyes or whatever, but they look different to me. I don't know. Yeah, that one I don't know if that looks as good, but yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I guess you can't go wrong with either one, whatever you choose, but I don't know which one. I'll end up getting one. I'm gonna get the Hot Toys and one of these as well. I love the film, so I want to have that representation in my collection.
Got
so
you.
I'm gonna hedge my bets and get both.
So let me ask, because I didn't really pay attention to it. This one comes out when? What's the expectation?
Second quarter of 2023.
Yeah.
Second quarter of 2023.
Which is around the same time as when the Hot Toys one comes around as well. So
now, who's going to beat who to the punch? That's the biggest thing. That's my biggest question. Like, who is going to beat who to the punch when it comes to that? Because we know with Hot Toys, there's some delay issues.
Yeah.
We know with InArt, here's the thing. We can't really say that right now because we have seen production photos on the Joker, but whenever they're going to release it, that's going to be the thing. And will they honor the release date that they said that they were going for, or could we see it before then? You know what I mean? So that'd be interesting. If they release this thing around Halloween, I'd be happy as shit. You know what I mean? But, and again, we don't know. So I guess it's who's going to beat who to the punch. Now, sticking with you, I'm going to actually do something here. Let me actually come out. I want to come out of this and we're going to actually switch gears and we're going to go over to the Hot Toys version. Because again, this is all about this or that. And again, we want to think about the simple fact that with the Hot Toys version, accessory wise, that's what we want to look at. And what do you get the bang for your buck? You know what I mean? What do you think? Now, right here, I wanted to pull this one up first. This is the Batman and the Bat Signal 1/6 scale collectible. So you basically have Batman with that Bat Signal. And I know that we were talking about, like, Cam, you were mentioning, like, just, with the rust and everything. What do you think? Because I know you said that, you were looking at this one, versus the Hot Toys version. We see, and, when I look at this one, I do see, again, we talk about the fat suit. Yeah, you can tell that there's a bit of fatage going on with this particular version. So, what's your take after seeing the InArt version? Do you look at this one differently?
Not really. I mean, I think I look at it and seeing how good it really is, I guess, because everybody was waiting, kind of myself included. I haven't pre-ordered this one yet because I was waiting for InArt to show what they showed. And they definitely kind of went a different direction with it, at least. InArt at least I don't know, the posability goes, that's a whole other topic, but you know, how dynamic you can actually pose that figure versus this, you know, they're showing how dynamic it is and all the different poses that it's doing, and you know, none of them are really straight up and down like the InArt and all that stuff. So that's really the biggest thing, you know, to me. Differences wise, you know, I guess see right there, that's an accessory that I wish the InArt would have come with.
Yeah.
Not saying we'll ever display it like that because it's kind of covering up the whole point of the getting the figure, but you know, nice to have. Neither of them have the thumb drive, you know, the thumb drive or whatever. But you know, as far as accessories go, I mean, I think Hot Toys still wins. I think they have an extra grappling gun or something like that, but you know, it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen the other. You get, you know, either figure, you're going to have every accessory that you could want. And it also comes down to what base you like more. If you're more simplistic and like, you know, like a simplistic base, obviously InArt's for you. I like my, you know, my special funky bases like this, so I think it just looks dope. So all that definitely looks bulkier, you know, but not in a bad way. You know, sometimes they can overuse a fat suit and it looks kind of too bulky, but I think, you know, maybe the InArt looks a skosh too skinny, but I mean, that's kind of how Robert Pattinson is, and this one looks kind of about the same. So you really can't go wrong, and I think that's what's the biggest takeaway is you really can't go wrong, whichever one you choose.
Whichever one you basically choose to go with, you know, it's still going to be a decent buy if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Will, I'm gonna go with you, man. Like, I mean, as far as, you know, seeing, you know, we know how with the wow factor it was when people saw this particular figure. Has your impressions changed? Now, mind you, because you said that it wasn't something, the IP itself wasn't something that you were interested in, so it was a pass on the figure because it wasn't something that you were going to get anyway. But just off a first glance, when we saw this one versus what we have now with InArt, do you see this one a tad bit different now?
Dude, it's such a good question because I feel like that's the case with all InArt figures that they are doing, that Hot Toys is also doing or have done, because you start to look at the Hot Toys in a new light just based on the proto. Like, it is like Costa was saying, the proto to proto competition. That's what this is right now. This is like a real, you know, just show and tell and like a flex off basically in terms of who can create the best prototype. In terms of who creates the best final product, that's the question. But when I look at this Hot Toys, I still see a really good figure. So, and I still think, obviously, I guess we never thought of it this way, but Hot Toys has become the value because at this point, you know, you're getting the Bat Signal and the Batman for what, $515, something like that. So like InArt, you're paying for like a Bruce Wayne with rooted hair, almost $400. So I mean, just for that, with hardly any accessories, you get a car key, like Nick was saying. So you know, that's about it, right? So to me, the Hot Toys is great. I mean, I think the Hot Toys has a better head sculpt personally, like I mentioned. Besides the rooted hair, if it had rooted hair, I think it would be better than the InArt. But these, I know photos were not the updates. I think Hot Toys I know posted an update of the Bruce Wayne head sculpt, and it looked even better. So InArt is definitely making an impact. But yeah, I mean, I guess I look at all Hot Toys differently. The InArt have, you know, one-upped essentially, because I do think that overall the InArt Batman is better. I do think, because most people really want it for Batman, not Bruce Wayne, I would think. Yeah, you might use the head sculpt on it, but most people probably aren't going to. Most people are probably going to put the cowl on him. And when the cowl's on him, the InArt, I think, is just a lot better. Which is crazy because, again, coming into this, I guess most of us never thought that would be realistic. Like, it would be like, InArt makes Queen Studios makes some really good statues. But, you know, I guess until we see a final product, we don't know. But based on the protos they've shown, it's like, damn. Their protos are very strong, and they're coming out swinging. So it does make me look at it a little bit different. But like you guys have touched on, articulation is really not as important to me, layout, because you know I'm not a big poser. But if I were like you guys, I mean, I would probably still look at Hot Toys for most cases. I guess we'll find out. But I don't know that InArt are going to be as articulatable as Hot Toys are. We'll find out. It's almost like kind of like how J&D is going to approach 1/6. I think they're like InArt. They're going to be more focused on realism than they are posing. So if you really want to push your figures, you know, to the limits and test different things and put them in dynamic poses, then Hot Toys still might be the better bet, and you're still getting incredible figures. And like I said, Hot Toys becoming the value is just not something I expected. I didn't expect Hot Toys to be the value on the market, kind of like how 3.0 is to Hot Toys. That's kind of like how it's become. Not that Hot Toys is 3.0 quality, because they're amazing, but It's just a weird. It's a very sudden change, but until we have final products in hand, I guess we don't know. But for me, man, at 515 originally when we all saw this, we were like, oh, that's kind of high, like for just the bat signal and Batman. But now you look at it and you're like, well, that's a good deal, like it's almost like it's playing into Hot Toys' hands too. It's like, because they're like, oh, well, now people are like, shit, I'll buy it because it's a good value. So I don't know, but competition's breeding good product, but it also like breeds higher prices, it seems like. So it's but it's a really good it's a really good figure. I mean, Hot Toys did a great job here, and I think people who get this are going to be very happy with it. It's just a matter of how much you love Batman. You got to love Batman like Riley and KG to get the InArt one. If you don't, and you're just kind of like so like Nick and I or whoever else on the panel, you'd probably, I'm not going to get either, but you'd probably end up getting like the Hot Toys and just call it a day. You'd be happy with it.
And here's the thing, like, as we were, usually we're talking about this earlier, the biggest thing was the cape. And as we can see on the Hot Toys version, cape's long, like the cape is long enough. It's where it's supposed to be. So, and it's articulated. I don't know if the InArt's version is articulated. It might be, I believe. I'm not sure.
There is a wired cape.
It is a wired cape. Okay, cool. So it is a wired cape. But I think it's just all about aesthetics, what looks better. And after looking at this and looking at the InArt's version, the InArt suit looks better. Like when I look at the suit, it looks better. Again, we know that they are going to compromise articulation for real. We already know that. So it's what I can, really expect. Going to UKG, is this something that, again, knowing that this was like the focus, like this version of it, the Hot Toys version was the focus when it dropped. Everybody was hype about it. They were like, yeah, I cannot wait to get that. Oh, it's incredible. Has it changed for you slightly now, considering the simple fact that we have the InArt's version?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really convinced InArt with the Joker until when I saw that, like the process or like the production photos of the Joker figure. I'm like, okay, well, maybe this company might be showing their, it might be promising for sure. But it all comes down once we actually get it in hand and actually see if it articulates well, if it looks good in person. With Hot Toys, it was a safe bet for me. I mean, if I'm not gonna get the InArts, I think I'm for sure getting Hot Toys. So either way, it's like I'm gonna have a Batman in my collection for sure. But looking at this piece now, mind you, this is just the original prototype. They updated the prototype actually, so it looks much more.
Yeah, it looks better. It looks definitely better.
New head sculpt as well, and new hair. So I think I agree with Will. I think as far as value wise and articulation wise, I think Hot Toys wins. I mean, you're getting a lot with that price point. I mean, you're getting a bat signal. You're getting basically, if you think about it, kind of like two head sculpts with different hair styles as well. You're getting a die cast batarang as well on his chest. So, I mean, this is the list goes down. I mean, you have so many different display options with this figure. I mean, you have a great gargoyle diorama base with that. It has like 3 or 4 different configurations. I mean, and it comes with the squirrel suit or the wingsuit. I mean, the value's there, and I'm definitely gonna get this with the bike. I mean, no question about it. The bike's definitely coming home. I do think that the Hot Toys cape is a little too long because I was rewatching the film the other night. The cape is more accurate to the InArt. Because in the film it's a much shorter cape than when I was watching the film. So I think InArt's definitely got that as well. But yeah, no, I mean, it really depends on how the figure comes out. It really does. I mean, this prototype looks phenomenal, but it all comes down to production and how that's going to look like in the end of the day, because we're going to get the end of the day product. We're not going to get that specific prototype. It's going to change for sure. So you have to keep that in mind, that what you're seeing is not what you're exactly going to get. There's going to be some differentiation between the prototype to the final product, as always with Hot Toys and also InArt. And but if people are right now in a is trying to pick and choose, I think if I were you guys, if you guys want to see as far as value and posability, I would consider just going to Hot Toys. InArt looks like it's not going to be the most posable figure right now as we speak. I mean, even that video that we saw, the video that we just saw yesterday, wasn't that very posable. You know, it was they weren't even showing an actual actually a really good frame of the poses. They were just going from black to dark, and it's like we can't even see the poses. So I think for right now, Hot Toys is definitely going to be the one that a lot of people are going to choose than InArt because of the price point. But then again, you are paying a premium edition for it. And I agree with Will, because I think back then when this thing was announced, it was like, oh, that price is too much. It's $515, no way. Hot Toys with inflation. Now they look at this price. I'm like, well, this is not a bad value. Now I'm definitely gonna get. I'm definitely gonna get this. So you got to pick and choose. But I mean, I'm biased, so I'm gonna pick up both of them. So yeah, that's just me.
Nick, did I talk to you yet, man? Did I go to you, Nick?
Not yet.
Nikki, what do you think about this, bro?
I think, like I said, for me personally, InArt looks better, but there's no doubt about it. The Hot Toys is just the better deal, price wise. I mean, for instance, like the InArt, the all-in edition is, I think, what, $9.90 for the Bruce Wayne and the Bat Signal and all that. But for the Hot Toys, if you were to go, let's say all in, you got the $515 Batman and you got the Bat Cycle. That's $830. All that. So you get a vehicle, Bat Signal, and a Batman for $150 less about. So
yeah,
I mean, it's a pretty good deal. You know, most people, like KG and a bunch of you guys said, most people don't need that Bruce Wayne. He's only in the movie for 5 minutes anyway. Yeah, that's the big thing with the Hot Toys. I just personally, for me, I prefer the way the InArt looks, so I would probably lean towards it just because I prefer a more realistic look to my figures, even though I do like posing them. But I think it'll be decently posable. But yeah, no doubt about it. Hot Toys is the better deal for sure.
Yeah,
and I do think people like Will who don't pose figures normally, I think they would generally consider just going with InArt because they're not really big posers. They're more of a museum characteristic poses. So I think a lot of people would venture out and just go with the InArt than the Hot Toys. So it does make sense.
Yeah.
That it makes a lot of sense. Because again, I mean, if you're not really someone who poses the figures and you're looking more towards realism, and I'm looking at just the color, the weathering. Again, it's a tough situation because they both look good, but it's just like, who's going to give you more bang for your buck? You know what I mean? Who's gonna, where is it going to make a bit more sense? You know what I mean? If it, I don't know. It definitely depends on what you're going for and what works for you. Costa, did I talk to you already? Did I get you?
No.
What's up,
but
man?
I mean, look at the comparison photo here. I mean, if you go through the comparison photos that person posted online, it's very hard to really distinguish between the two, at least in my opinion. And you definitely get more bang with your buck with Hot Toys. I mean, at the end of the day, are you going to feel, shitty if you have the not have the InArt with the realism, or just the one half step down and you can get that the Bat Cycle, because that is an accessory, and you don't know if you get that Bat Cycle and get this InArt if they would even be compatible. You would hope in theory that Hot Toys would make theirs, be able to sit on that bike, because that for me is a big draw. I love vehicles, so any chance I can get a vehicle, I'm going after a vehicle. So the Hot Toys, to me, it's not that big of a difference. And the other thing is, you're really paying the premium for the rooted hair. If that's what you really want, then by all means get the InArt, because they are going to do rooted hair all the time and all day and do it very well, at least from what we've seen. The only thing I'm worried about that is when you get it at home in the box, am I going to have to become Vidal Sassoon and and
Yeah.
brush it, wash it, put some mousse in it,
Yeah.
make it, zhuzh it up.
So you're going to have
yeah.
to pretty much go through the whole 9 yards to kind of make it look believable at that
Get
point.
that look. So in my eyes, I'm okay with the Hot Toys, especially, All In and the cycle. Look at it. That looks hot, right?
Mm-hmm. It does. It looks incredible.
Yeah. And then we just need Selena Kyle. Just put them together. Her bike too.
She's coming.
Yeah, no.
She's definitely coming. I mean, Hot Toys, they said that there's more coming from this line, just not the Batmobile. So
I hope
there is
so.
more coming.
If they give us Selena Kyle, they won today. I'm just telling you right now. If they give us Selena Kyle, then because I said I'm not getting anything from this line unless we see Selena Kyle. If Hot Toys decides to do that, they won the day for me. There's no other discussion that needs to be made at that point.
The fact that InArt hasn't made a Zoe Kravitz is just.
Yeah, that was a miss. They should have done that.
I mean, their list is
Talk of the town, man. Talk of the town.
Man, I was rewatching it last night. I'm like, how could they not have made a figure from her from this film?
No.
I just don't understand.
She's more than just like a co-star. Like she's a second lead, at least to me. She's like a second lead to that because she has a very important part. A very important part in that movie.
Yeah.
So it is. It's a shame that we don't, get a Zoe Kravitz, or they don't do many female figures as they do.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make
and
sense.
there's a lot of good ones out there, a lot of good characters that a lot of us would love to get. So
hell yeah, there is. Like, I mean, I was surprised. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was surprised that we got a re-release of this Selena Kyle from the Dark Knight trilogy, and I pre-ordered that thing quick because I wanted it. You know what I mean? I really want that figure, especially with the Bat Pod. You know what I mean? To kind of give us that imagery, that's incredible. So, Cam, I again, we mentioned this, because again, the question was asked about Selena Kyle, and it was kind of a bit snubbed. Yeah. Like, I think, in my opinion, it was a snubbed conversation. Right. It was just like, no plans for it this year. I don't know about next year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
and I know we talked about it saying
by the time that they decide,
but it's like, it's like, but
yeah,
I don't know. You kind of got to give the people what they want at the end of the day too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a popular character and then possibly, somewhere else is not going to push that product, then, you're giving people something that they can't get anywhere else. So of course you're the only seller, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It was weird.
That's why we need more Magic Mike.
More Magic Mike.
More Magic
Mike.
Yep.
True.
Magic Mike will break down the barriers.
So, because this is out there, so I'm gonna leave this out there in the chat because we've been talking about this pretty much. What do your guys take out there in the chat? I want to see some of the things that people. Are you going for the InArt version? Are you going for the Hot Toys version? Are you going to for the exclusive InArt version with the Will Foxification head sculpt? Let me know out there what you actually think. Y'all didn't know about that when I do it. It's an exclusive Will Foxification head sculpt. And if you look inside the notes, it does have like a couple gift cards to Olive Garden. So you got to look real close.
At least it comes with good accessories.
It comes with some good accessories. Like straight up, when you see it,
come on now.
It's definitely in there. So, definitely you want to check it out. But let me know, like, what everybody's actually getting. Like, I see a few people talking about the Hot Toys version. Some people, S Beam said InArt. We got Funky Cold Santa said the InArt version. We got Carlos. I'm rich, so it's Lee. Carlos is an asshole, man.
Yeah,
he's like,
is,
so starsley. InArt easy, Hot Toys for me. We got Hot Toys. So it's a mixed bag. Like, it is basically a mixed bag of individuals who are going toys. But I'm telling you, the deciding factor for me is once or if they release a Selena Kyle. If InArts doesn't do it and Hot Toys pulls that trigger, then they got my vote. And that's basically where I'm going, plain and simple, hands down. You know what I mean? So
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What made them want to do a mirror and not do a Selena Kyle? Is what I'm trying to figure out. It's just like
they probably had that, in the rings before they knew about the bullshit that was going on.
I'm wondering if they still go through with it.
I don't think they. I don't know
I
if
don't
they
think.
will. Bro.
I don't know why you would.
I know.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, we got to scrap that
At this
year.
point.
Exactly.
I'm surprised J&D didn't scrap theirs, to be honest.
There's only one figure I'm going for, baby. One figure that I need from him, and I told him last night, please release that Wonder Woman. God damn it, get that out there.
It's gonna happen. It's on the list. Yeah,
it is on the list, and I'm getting that InArt figure. If it's a deluxe, I'm going all in. Literally, I am. I'm going all in on that piece. I don't give two shits. There's nothing anybody can say to me that won't let me get it because I know InArt's going to kill that. They will kill that, and I can't wait. But yeah, we got a few. The consensus here is just a bad, different. I want to jump to something differently here because of course, we had the KG master himself who just said that we need to kind of focus on this, and of course, and considering the simple fact that he is, the breadwinner of my 10%. You know what I mean? I gotta kind of adhere a little bit to what he wants, or else 10% gets kind of thrown out to the wayside. Even though I'm still looking at my phone, I didn't get like a.
Well, now it's 15%, Leo. Come on, you know that.
Yeah, now it's 15%. Something I wanted to jump on really quick, and again, like me and Cam, we talked about this week already, or actually on Sunday. But Will, I want your comments on this, man, because this piece right here for me, I can't say it enough. Like, I am so happy that Will, I paid it off. That's so happy.
Shit! All right, I want to see this.
I paid it off. I paid this some bitch off. And I was not playing. I am so impressed by this, bro. Now, this right here was a no-brainer for me. And the reason why I'm bringing it up, bro, is because, again, we already talked about them dipping in the well, going back in the well, bringing us certain things that, we don't expect. And this was one of the ones that we got. And having everybody on here, Will, okay, which version did you say you had? Was
I
it
have
this
the
one or the
Civil
other
War
one?
version. I have this version, yeah.
You have this particular version. Now, do you still have it, or did you sell it?
No, I still have it. Yeah, I love it. I have this one, and I have Killmonger, actually, even though it's not accurate to have them together, but this is my favorite suit. I love this suit.
This suit is incredible.
I love this suit.
And considering the simple fact that now they released it with the, with the shield, with the ritual helmet itself, which is moving screen accurate. Like, bro, I couldn't have been more excited because I missed out on this suit. The only rendition I got of this suit is the T'Chaka version, because that one does have it. It is technically the suit with just more gold trim with the kente cloth around it. But again, what you think about this re-release, Will? What was your thoughts on it?
Dude, I think this is great. I really am excited that people are going to get a chance to revisit this figure because it's beautiful. I mean, I have the original. It's going to sound crazy. I don't think I'm going to upgrade here because the Civil War
have
one,
the original one,
yeah, because like I get the body's a little bit better, the articulation's a little bit better. I never liked this head sculpt to begin with. I didn't think it really looks like Chadwick. I think they need to change it personally. I think. I think it just like you look at the Max Nut head sculpt and it's a lot better than the Hot Toys one, and that's a problem. Like that's not good. So, but most people probably aren't going to be using it. Let's be real. But if you do, just have this Black Panther figure in general, this is to me. There were only two suits, really. This was
definitely the better.
This is
suit,
the better one. I mean, no doubt about it. I get why they changed it because every film he has to have a new suit to sell toys and merchandise and whatever. But they do that for every superhero. But dude, this suit is just perfection. Like it almost like didn't need to be changed, but I guess it did for business purposes. I get that. But it's just this suit I think is the perfect Black Panther suit. It looks badass. It looks intimidating. It just has everything you want. And I'm glad that they're revisiting these 2.0s. The Mark III 2.0 looks beautiful, right? This looks great.
Yeah.
Even you could consider Loki Endgame a 2.0, right? That's a 2.0 basically. So, stuff like that I think is really great because you're giving people a chance to get updated versions of figures that are, considered grails, so to speak, or at least chase figures, right? So this suit, man, I'm really happy this got announced. You're right, Lael. This came absolutely out of nowhere. I did not. I thought maybe there was something with Chadwick's estate because I thought there would be an Endgame Black Panther and there wasn't. I thought there would be something in there. And we haven't gotten one until now. So I was like, there must be something with the licensing or something. But they made this and it's great. And I'm so glad people are going to get a chance to get this because trust me, I have the Civil War figure, which is probably not quite as good as this new one. And it's great. Trust me. With the Civil War one, I wouldn't really pose it too much with how tight it is. It's a very tight suit. With this one, I guess you can do a little bit more.
They made emphasis on the simple fact that the articulation in this is
better. So like, but for me, Leia, it's just like if you have the Civil War one, now I'm gonna have to sell it probably below retail. Then I'm gonna take a loss. Then I have to buy this. So I'm gonna spend $100 more basically to upgrade. And at that point, like, is it worth it to me?
Is it worth basically doing it? So I mean, you have the original suit. The only reason why
I'm just gonna keep
I definitely missed out on that original suit, and to see this one, especially with the accessories, and it comes with a head sculpt. Now, let me ask you really quick, Will, before I move. Do you think that it is an opportunity for them to upgrade that head sculpt?
Yeah,
and that they'll possibly.
I mean, I think the only way they will though is if people raise enough stink about it, because it's like right now I don't think enough people have because they're just excited we're getting a Black Panther. So it's almost like I'll accept it. Like it's a serviceable head sculpt. To me, it's not a good head sculpt though. It's not Hot Toys quality. So
you know what? This is the prototype.
Yeah, because basically they just took the old head sculpt. They took the head sculpt from the other one from the Black Panther film and just put it on this body basically. So. But that was never a great head sculpt to begin with, I feel like. So it's like they need to update it. So, but the only way they're going to do that is if enough people complain. But no one's really complaining right now. So it's like I don't think they're going to change it. So
we'll see. We'll definitely see.
But I mean, the suit looks trust me. Anyone who doesn't have this Civil War figure, this one's great. And he did wear this in the film in the first couple scenes.
In the first couple of scenes,
Yeah, so I mean it is accurate to Black Panther the film. So.
Positions.
Defense. Exactly. I never freeze. That's him, though.
Position.
Dude. But this suit, man, this is the best suit. I mean, there were only two, but this is the best one.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm so excited. Costa, what you think about this, bro?
I love it. I wasn't sure we would even get another Chadwick Boseman Black Panther figure, and I'm like super excited about this one because of the ceremonial shield and mask and having that ability to kit bash, T'Challa in the ceremonial, fight scene, I love this suit also better than the Black Panther one, and that's saying a lot because I like purple and I love the purple accents of the Black Panther second suit. But yeah, this did come out of left field. Every morning I wake up, check the feed, and when this popped in, I was like, oh shit, I can get a Black Panther without spending a shit ton of money. Awesome. So yeah, this is this is going to be fun. I'm definitely adding him to my collection because I don't see when we'll be able to get another another Chadwick Boseman T'Challa. So this might be it. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, man. This is definitely worth it. And Carlos said, I'll say this: if Queens does a life-size Black Panther, I'm passing on the life-size Mando. Hey, I mean, they might. You never know, bro. Like I said, because this, I mean, you can't really say too much, about it. Are you getting this, bro? Like, is this something that you were interested in when you saw it, bro?
Come on, man. We met before, right?
You know my name. You really asking me that question?
Hell yeah. This is one of the rare figures that I did not pick up back in the day when Civil War came out. I don't know why. I think I was more into Star Wars or what. Just didn't pick up this figure. Then all the movies came out and I was like, fuck, I wish I'd get that. And then he passed away and it was so expensive and I was just okay. I had the movie figure and I was content with that. But then this out of nowhere, like everybody's saying, they released this one and I'm glad they did it this way with the suit that definitely needed a refresh. And definitely the cooler looking suit. I think we're all in agreement that this one's a cooler looking suit. So I'm glad that they did it this way, added the head sculpt to this one, so this could be your one and only Black Panther figure in the collection. And yeah, I am beyond stoked for this figure. I love the suit, always have, and I'm glad I get to own it now. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, super fun.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. You know where I'm going next, Cam. We talked about this a couple times, man. I think
Yeah.
you already pre-ordered it, right?
Yeah, I did. And I think my first reaction is when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, what is this here? I was like, what is this? This looks so good. So yeah, I was like, yo, I had to get it because I missed out on this figure, and then you know, during COVID was tough for a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
So they had to sell off a lot of things they didn't want to, and for me, it was my Black Panther nano suit, and that was the very first figure that I purchased. So for me to get another shot at having a Black Panther in my collection, man, meant so much to me. When I saw this, it felt like an emotional moment, I think, for a lot of people when they saw it. And then looking back at, the figures that we will be getting in the near future when the movie Wakanda Forever drops in November, it's super exciting to think about, because if they're dipping in the well of this, what else, could be on the horizon as well. So it's exciting.
Right.
It's it's worrisome for our pockets, but at the same time, it's great for our collections at the end.
It's well worth it. So, at the end, it's definitely
100%.
well worth it. So
100%
on that one. KG, I'm gonna save you for last because I know you've been waiting to talk about this. Nick, is this something that you can see yourself getting your hands on?
I think I will be getting this. I think so. I'm kind of in agreement with Will, though, and I'm glad I'm not the only person who thinks so. I never really liked that head sculpt that it comes with, so I'm kind of hoping they update it.
Yeah.
But I think all the upgrades they made to this figure is phenomenal. The accessories are great. Those are 3 different head sculpts too, or is it just like a mask that goes over the head? Does anybody?
It's
know?
a mask that goes over the actual head.
Okay. Yeah, that's a cool piece that they added in. It looks pretty dang good. I'm probably gonna get it. I don't know what else to say, but it looks great. Everybody else has said, has hit it on the nail. So
yeah, hell yeah, man. It's definitely a good looking piece, man. So excited about it. KG.
Yeah.
Since
I cannot wait for this piece. This piece is amazing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. This is oh my god. Like when I saw this, I got emotional because when the day that my cousin came up and like Chadwick Boseman died. Like, no, that's all. That's a hoax. That has to be a hoax.
Yeah.
I go up and I see, holy crap, colon cancer. Was this even like talked about before that he had this?
He didn't tell anybody.
Nothing. He kept it. Pretty close to the chest. So I mean, it sucks, man. Because I remember, I think it was 2 weeks before that he passed. I said, I'm gonna wait for the film and I'll get the superior Black Panther version. And then now that this came out, I am day one pre-order right away. I don't day one pre-order a lot. The only thing I did day one pre-order was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and this now. This is a must-have. Like this is one of my most, if not the most anticipated figure of 2023 right now. Like I cannot.
Yeah.
Piece.
Yeah. And it just came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere, and it's a surprise, but it's a welcome one. It's something that a lot of people missed out on, and I was grossed out by the people that were selling the original one, or even the new Black Panther version one for like $2,000 online.
Yeah.
I was immediately disgusted by that. I'm like, wow, they're really doing that. They did the same thing with Stan Lee when he passed away. They're just like, oh, here we go.
Devil's Workshop, Toys Wonderland.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's kind of disrespectful, but I was like, there's no way Hawthorne are going to do another one now because just out of respect, but they did it, and this is I love this suit. To me, this is, if you're talking about comic book accuracy, Black Panther, this is it. This is comic book. All I need is just the cape, get a custom cape, and you get your Black Panther.
You're right. You're right when you say that too, because you can probably basically even attest to it. It is more comic book accurate than the nano suit that we got.
It is. Although both versions are great. Even this version is great too. But I prefer the comic book route more than anything.
Yeah.
This is far superior. Like this is the Black Panther to have, and I think majority of us have this figure. It's the one to have. And I know you missed out on this version. Now you have a second chance, which is great because now this one comes with a head sculpt and way better tailoring, way better materials, so you can pose it well. Yeah, man, this is it. This is. I cannot wait to have this piece, and I'm considering picking up 2. I honestly am considering picking up 2 because I love this character. I missed out on the first, and I don't want to miss out on it again. So I'm definitely considering picking up 2. Like that's where I'm going at now. So cannot wait, and I cannot wait for the second film of the film. I cannot wait for Namor. Like I can't wait for that. I think it's time to get a Dora Milaje and set. You know, I think we need those characters as well. I would love to collect those. But
because you know what you can do though. Because here's the thing. Because we got to also think that just because an IP or with the film, like they may stick to a certain theme within the film. If you have this figure and you decide that you want to kind of recreate your own element, if they do basically release that Namor, there you go. Yeah. We can get an official Namor versus T'Challa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
there you go.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's something that you can do.
You know what's great too, Leo, is that now I can finally almost complete my Illuminati.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
So
yes. Because we got Black Panther, we got Cap, we got Doctor Strange. Well, you know, Namor. We got Iron Man. Yeah. So yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
When I saw this photo, I was emotional. Like I was about to burst into tears because it's like we're never. It's still surreal that we're never going to see Chadwick Boseman, put on the mask again, and it's really sad. Even till this day, I'm like, is he that? Is he really gone? Like, is he? I mean, he died at such a young age. It's like very surreal. Like I'm just glad that I get a chance to getting this figure, and I cannot wait. I just want it right now. I really want this like right now as we speak.
And it's again, it was definitely a no-brainer for me, man. It was something that I could not, when I thought about it and saw it, I was like, because Cam hit me up, which I knew he would have. I knew. I knew he was as soon as there's a release, because even when I put out the thumbnail last night, Cam was like, if there's a release, you're going to change that thumbnail.
Yeah, right? I know. I was like,
you're going to change that thumbnail, right? You didn't fucked up,
and
right?
Let me just say, the accessories I absolutely love. I love what it comes with. I mean, I don't know much about the African culture, but I'm assuming that shield is like it has a huge story behind it.
It is. It's a ceremonial shield itself, but there's a lot of history behind it because, like I said, it does spout a lot of royalty. It's given in rank as well, and it also when the Panther, or not even the Panther, in just in culture in general, that when the warrior passes, he's buried with the shield to give him safe passage. So it's safe passage to the afterlife. So basically, it's done that way. And the shield itself is always buried at the head of the at the feet of the actual warrior, that once the passing is safe is then passed down to the next. So there's a lot that goes on with it, that I'm glad that they did that. Like, even if you have the T'Chaka version, which I do, and I love that figure, I'll never get rid of it. It is a grail piece. People don't want to consider that, but the people, if you slept on it, it was crazy because it's an amazing figure. Just the garb itself, it has a lot of richness in it as well. So I'm definitely excited. I'm so glad to get this, and I cannot wait. Guys, like I said, I wanted to kind of keep this one kind of short and sweet, not too long, because like I said, I do want to give people some time to rest. I know Will got to get his beauty sleep, and it was a great discussion. Like I said, the main thing was to talk about the comparison between InArt's the Batman and Hot Toys, and then round it out with this. It just made it that much special. We got that. I wanted to pull up that super chat that we got by Riley. Thank you for coming through, man. He said richest super chat with Flex and Carlos, man. Thank you very much for that, man. Everybody who basically did send in a super chat tonight, Carlos, you included, man. I do appreciate that. Remember, we are doing this for the Halloween initiative. All super chats that we get in, we are going to go towards that. So anyway, everybody on the panel, man, thank you guys for basically being here. Hughes, I'm going to start with you first, man. What you got coming up, brother?
Not much, man. Just chilling. I'm usually streaming every Friday with Collectors Club over on CW. I will not be there this week because I'm playing poker to try and pay for some of these figures that I'm playing.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, I'll pop in here, pop in CW, pop in Mario's channel, wherever will have me. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Hell, man, you're always welcome anytime you want to come here. You can follow Yous on Instagram. You'll be on this CW as always, man. So glad to have you here with us today, bro. KGGG, Mr. 10%, man. What's going on with you, man?
You're muted.
Oh, you muted KG.
You are.
I knew that. I knew that. Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on again. It's a lot of fun. I had more. I mean, I was excited to talk about this Black Panther more than the Batman, to be honest with you. Like, I was hoping that someone would invite me just to talk about it, and I'm glad that we did. And yeah, man. As far as my channel goes, I just uploaded my 2-pack Nightmare Batman Superman posing flash review on my channel right now. And then as far as live stream goes, you'll see me, occasionally on these live streams like Lael's or Will's or Riley's. So we have Wonder Twins happening this Friday, and I believe Lael, you're going to be on.
Yes.
Friday. So Lael will be on.
It's this Friday, right?
This Friday, yes.
Yes. I'll be there.
This Friday. So cannot wait for that discussion. We got lots to talk about, and I mean that's pretty much it. Wonder Twins on Friday. So yeah, cannot wait to discuss more stuff. Hopefully tonight we might get a vulture or something tonight, the next 2 nights, so we can talk something about for the live stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for having me on, and cannot wait to join the next one.
Oh man, always so good to have you here. If you haven't already, the Wonder Twins, KG, Instagram, YouTube, great content as always. Wonder Twins, you got to get them out there as always. My man Cam, what's going on with you, Cam?
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me as always. This beautiful Wednesday night. You good? You all right? You all right?
My throat. Every time I try to go deep, that shit hurts. Go ahead, bro.
It needs milk.
That's what she
I know, man. What the fuck? Open that door, bro. I just open that door. Just welcome them all in. Just welcome them all in. I can see everybody out there in the chat was like, did that motherfucker?
They was like,
just open that door. I know Toya was like, what? Anyway, so yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, bro. I dropped some new reels and some new videos on my TikTok at Camp's Collection. I'll be dropping some new videos and also a live stream this week of the new episode 13 if we actually get a new figure reveal. Got him. So yeah, man. Thank you for having me again, man. I'm on the road to 250 right now. I'm at like 233. So we pushing in this.
Come on, man. Cam's Collection, 1,000. Motherfuckers. Come on, man. We need to get up there 1,000. Just hit that real quick. Come on, man. Let's get that man to 1,000. Come on, everybody out there. Everybody on this panel, man. If you haven't already. I mean, we're trying to get Big Willie. I'm trying to get up to that Big Willie, status. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to get that. Where you at? 6K right now, Will?
No, bro. It's like 5. It hasn't moved in a while, honestly.
He said, "Oh, it's
just like 5,000." What the hell,
dude? I've been on YouTube for a long time, man. I've been here 2016. What that? 6 years?
Yeah,
so, that's kind of
Come on, man. Make sure you sub. My man, my mellow Nick. What's going on with you, bro? So glad to have you here.
Yo, I appreciate the invite. It was really nice to hang out with all you guys. Content wise, my Instagram is my main source of content. So at Nick's Collectibles on Instagram, I'll have an edit up tomorrow. And then Friday, I'll be Wonder Twins as always with Lael this week, Riley and KG as always. And then Saturday, I'm doing an episode of Visions with Shane.
That's dope.
2 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah.
That's dope. That's
all for me.
That's dope. And if you haven't already, come on, Nick's Collectible. And Nick, listen, if y'all need dope graphics, if you need a dope logo, hit up the guy Nick, because he is doing some things right now.
I appreciate it.
He is doing some. Hey, yo, Cam, you know who he is, bro? Right now, who is that was doing every video for Puff back in the day? And Nas, and it was his name X. I forget his name. Something X, whatever. But he was doing videos for everybody because he was the most sought out dude. I forget his name, but I'll figure it out. But that's Nick right now. Nick Nick's throwing some tings. So if you need some
Appreciate
graphics, hit up Nick. Kos, man, what's going on with you, bro?
Thank you for having me on. You don't know how excited I was when you
When I bullied
bullied
you?
me on the show. Yeah, when
Yeah.
you bullied me on here, I was like, oh my god, I just was bullied on to Lael's show, and
Everybody gets bullied.
so happy. This is it's the first time I was happy to be bullied. I got
No. Go ahead.
Lil Nas
No,
X.
nah, go ahead. Hype
I'm
Williams.
working
Yeah, I was
on
gonna say,
trying
yeah.
to. I'm working on some reviews, some previews, and stuff that I haven't been able to do because I was working on my last like display case video, which was a monster, like going through like 5
Yeah.
hours of film and stuff. You can go check that out. I made a hanging display case that looks like another brand's display case, which I'm not gonna mention them, but you can go check that out, or you can learn how to customize one of these.
Yeah.
And I'm working on a more personal style case that we'll see how it turns out this weekend. And I'll probably do a tutorial on this and maybe make a few of them and then sell them on Etsy or something and give them out on some whatever sweepstake thing. I'm losing the words for it. A giveaway. That's it. A giveaway. Yeah, I'm gonna give away this thing in a giveaway. So
there
you
go, man.
So
Appreciate it,
thanks a lot,
man.
man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Anytime, man. So glad to have you on here, man. And with us tonight. Like I said, I had to bully you on to get you on here, man. Anytime you want to be here, as always, as used. All he has to do is say, yo, bro. I bullied his ass too. I kind of made him get off early from his kids' baseball game. He's like, yeah, but I got my kids. I was like, I don't give a damn. Get your ass over here. Strike him out and get him over. It's like, nah. He's
Speaking of that, Lacey wants to have some words with you after.
straight up, man. She's coming for me. But yeah, thank you for having me, man. I mean, thank you for being here, bro. Thank you for being on the show, man. As always, man. I'm so glad. And last but not least, Mr. Pimpification himself. His new name is Pimpification. It's not.
Hey, I'll take
Will
it.
It's Pimpification. Will Pimpification. If you don't believe me, go to his page and look at his photos. Anyway, man, so glad to have you here tonight, man. What's going down, bro?
Dude, thanks as always for having me in Layout. Dude, always a blast, man. Always so fun to hang out with all the guys. And we got Mr. Riley Reviews on. He'll be on my channel on Friday for the Lights Camera Collect show. It'll just be he and I, so it'll be a lot of fun. We'll talk about some Batman stuff, of course, because I got to make him happy. I mean, he's a superstar now, so
he and
KG,
the human
stars,
party.
So
Him,
gotta,
KG,
keep
Nick.
the talent happy.
It's like you got to keep the talent. Like they're that's just what it is. The
I
human party.
Yeah, I gotta keep them like calm down,
Yeah, exactly.
Riley,
No,
Riley,
Nick.
Riley's a bit of a diva, so it's gotta keep him happy.
It's the human party, the face, and the genius. That's what you call it, bro.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So Riley, and then Sunday, of course, Lael will be there, and we'll have Collectors Mingle, and I think Carlos will be in there too. Who knows who else, but we'll have that. But as always, man, thanks for having me, Lael. It's always a blast, and
always
got to chat some good stuff tonight. So
hell yeah, we got to chat some really, really good stuff.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad to have everybody out there. Remember, we are actually going on full on. I'm going all in, so you're going to definitely hear me mentioning this often because it is something that's huge and big to me, and that is the Halloween initiative for kids. Any donation basically will go towards getting costumes for the less fortunate, for kids that basically can't afford to get costumes but they want to actually celebrate Halloween. Also, some of the costumes will be donated to a couple of schools as well, because there's some kids there that really can't afford to have costumes. So we're going all in on this. I'm so this is probably like one of the happiest things that I'm doing right now, just because, like I said, I love Halloween. I love trick-or-treating. And I just love to see, the smile on kids' face when they get a chance to do something like this. So we're going to be pushing for this the whole 9 until mid-October. So thank you for everybody who's been participating and just showing that they do care about this stuff. So again, thank you guys, everybody out there, for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed to the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel, make sure that you basically do. And again, we'll have great content. I think we got Figure Flex Friday. This Friday. I'm not really sure about it. And we got Collectors Lounge on Sunday. We got Uncivilized Scoundrels, I think, as well. So anyway, thank you guys for being. What you laughing at? What's so funny, man?
Carlos' comment.
What did he say? He said, what did he say? What, KG and Riley have moved from Wonder Twins to threesome wonder. What? When they added Nick. Damn. Damn. Y'all. Damn. Anyway, thank you guys for basically being here tonight. And Carlos, we love y'all, man. And again, like I said, man, is be kind to everybody that you know and that you see out there, man. It's wonderful times. Holiday season coming up. It's not all about what you love when it comes to collecting, but collecting in general. So anyway, with that, on that note, love y'all. I will see y'all next week, and we are out. Peace, 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 peace.